Welcome back to the Football Online Podcast. We are back with Week 3 recaps and Week 4 predictions. Let's get right into it, man. We're gonna start off with Thursday night football. And Thursday night football was between the I'm mixing a weeks.
Giants and the Niners.
Giants and the Niners. I was like, the Vikings and the Eagles played last Thursday. Yeah, the Giants and the Niners. Thursday night. Yeah, this game was a snooze fest. I'm not
I
gonna lie.
didn't watch a single second of it until the fourth quarter when I was sweating the under, but that was it. Like this was a snooze
Did
fest.
the under hit?
It did. It was 43 and a half and 42.
42. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, snooze fest, but it was kind of a predictable outcome. The Niners were obviously gonna win that game. No Saquon Barkley, so but yeah, the Niners are dominant, man. Even without IU, they've got so many options to go all over the place.
Bro, I started Saquon in our league like on accident, and like I still ended up winning. Like I beat it by like 2 points.
I don't even think Ip has paid attention to his
Yeah.
team.
But yeah, that game was honestly the Niners look really good. Um, they look like one of the best teams in the NFL, if not the best. And I'm pretty sure CMC has scored a touchdown in like 8 straight games
13, 13,
or 13. Oh shit,
13
13
straight
straight games.
games, which is
That's crazy.
wild.
That's crazy. Yeah. And then Brock Purdy and then Debo had a breakout game for this. He didn't have that game. He didn't have that like big game yet. He had that big game
Yeah, he had
this
that big
week.
game. Yep.
And the Giants, yeah, they struggled without Saquon. But yeah, moving on to who these teams played. The 49ers are probably gonna make it 4-0 against the Cardinals. Although the Cardinals did win last week, snapping Tatum's
Surprisingly,
17
I was
prediction.
shock of the week, man.
Bro, you had him going 0-17.
Yeah, I did have them going 0-17. That's my fault. I didn't realize they were going to fight like this against the Cowboys. And obviously, I didn't expect the Cowboys falling apart like that.
Neither
That
did
was
I,
an
bro. That was
embarrassment.
crazy.
Embarrassment for what happened to that fan base. But I think it's still safe to take the Niners this week against the Cardinals.
I think I'm taking them too, because especially they're at home as well.
They're at home, yeah.
Divisional game. I got the Niners for sure in this one. Cardinals look good, but do you see that video? Josh Dobbs was trying to buy his own jersey and they weren't selling it.
I saw it in the team store.
That
Yeah.
was crazy, dude. That was wild.
Yeah.
Because Josh Dobbs has been really good this
Josh
season.
Dobbs has been the reason why they've been in the game for the last.
He's been balling, bro. Josh Dobbs has been balling.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, even James Conner looks good.
Yeah.
Everybody just looks.
Everybody looked good. I didn't watch too much of the game, but they were shutting down CeeDee Lamb.
I was watching this game because I made the stupidest decision in one of my leagues, and Joe Burrow, like I didn't play Joe Burrow. I was like, I'm not gonna play Joe Burrow because I like he's been asked.
Yeah.
So I was like,
you started Dak?
I had an option to pick up a QB, and it was between Dak and Tua, and I picked Dak.
Oh my goodness. If Hudson
way.
hears that, oh my goodness.
Bro, I picked Dak because it was the Cardinals, bro.
Yeah, but you should have thought about the fact it was blowout potential. Like,
yeah, no, but I also thought the Broncos defense was good.
we'll talk about them in a minute.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But yeah. I was watching this game because I had Dak, and like Dak was not doing shit the whole game. He was not doing anything. Nobody on the Cowboys.
You know what the Giants did last week? They just said once they went down, they just said we're not running this ball anymore. We're just going to keep throwing it down the field. And when they started attacking, via the pass, then they got Saquon going. But they let Tony Paul had 23 carries for 122 yards.
122, yeah.
23 carries for Tony Pollard is a lot.
23. They were using another running back too. I forgot his name.
Rico Dowdle.
Yeah.
But this team can't convert in the red zone. And when your defense has an aberration of a game and you need your offense to step up, unfortunately, I don't think the Cowboys can do it. Their offense didn't look good these last 2 weeks against the Jets and the Giants. It was their defense that did most of the work, but obviously you find out what happens when your defense can't play and all of a sudden you need your offense to step up. They couldn't convert in the red zone. That's why they lost. A bad turnover.
Trayvon Diggs is out for
Bad
the season.
turnover at the end. That throw
Trayvon Diggs is out for the
Dak
season.
had triple cover. I don't know what he was looking at. I have no
Oh
idea.
yeah, that was crazy. I don't know what the fuck that was. Yeah, Trayvon Diggs is out for the year.
Yeah, and it happened right before the game too. Like a few days in practice, he had the torn ACL.
Literally right before the game, I picked him to win Defensive Player of the Week, and he tore his ACL
Yeah,
in practice.
that's brutal. That is
That was
brutal.
wild. Yeah.
They're gonna miss Diggs though, but Stephon Gilmore is a serviceable cornerback one though for now.
He's getting up there,
He is getting old though. He is getting.
bro. Who is your second? Is Deron Bland their second corner?
I think so. I think he's their
He's
second
so
corner.
bad, bro.
Yeah,
He was getting cooked the whole game.
yeah.
Like Deron Bland was getting torched the whole game.
You gotta give credit to Arizona and their offensive scheme. They were finding creative ways to move the ball downfield.
Jonathan Gannon, bro.
Rondell Moore got going, and they started running him a lot more, which is something, obviously because he has that speed. And the Cardinals deserved to win this game. They played with so much effort that they deserved to win the game. It would have been a shame if they
And
didn't.
Jonathan Gannon is a defensive coordinator.
Yeah,
He's not even an
beautiful
offensive
scheme.
coach.
Really good scheme run by him, and a
Yeah,
big
he's
win.
he the Cardinals the Cardinals are fighting, even though they were like 1-2, like they were in all of these games.
Yeah.
Which
All of
is
the
very
games so far, they've been very close, which is surprising considering I thought they were one of the worst teams in the league. But I do think that they will take a hit this week against San Francisco.
yeah,
San Francisco will show their might
San
and
Francisco.
just
Yeah.
rip them apart.
I think San Francisco got that. And then the Giants play the Seahawks at home
Mm-hmm.
on Monday night.
That should be a good game. But I'm going to take Seattle to beat the Giants. I think
I'm taking Seattle too. Are you finally respecting Seattle, huh?
I it's not that. It's just that there's no Saquon for New York, and I don't trust
Is he?
Danny
How long
Dimes.
is he out? Is he confirmed out?
He's gonna be out. It's a few weeks. Um, I don't trust Danny Dimes to deliver with no Saquon at all. So give me Seattle, whose offense looked very good this weekend. Well, I wouldn't say very good. They were okay for the first three quarters, and then Carolina's defense just got tired, and they just started running all over.
Yeah, you guys could stop the run at the end.
You know what happened? I don't know if you noticed. The Panthers had another two big injuries happen.
Bro, yeah.
Frankie Louvu got hurt,
Frankie Lulu got hurt. I saw that.
and
I
then
saw
Xavier Woods had a hamstring injury. And then all of a sudden, when you have the same guys out there playing, so many freaking snaps because the offense is just running 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, you're eventually going to get cooked. This defense played a very solid game. Like it was 13-15 midway through the third quarter.
The defense kept y'all in it. I'm not
The
gonna lie.
defense kept us in it, and then they just couldn't anymore because they were so tired. Like the offense was okay. Andy Dalton.
What do you think about the play calling?
Don't even get me started, man. Do not even get me started. I don't get Frank Reich, man.
Miles Sanders had 9 carries.
It's not even that. Miles Sanders is having some vision issues right now, but the scheming itself is just terrible. The run schemes. I don't get the run schemes at all. If you run play action, like if you're running like a stretch and you're going to one side, why would you not push the blocking that way too? Instead, the blocking is going the other way, and like you're left one-on-one with a linebacker. That's just a recipe for bad. And there's that one run play I banged on the table last week about it, where they have the receiver come inside and it just crams everything up and they just run it right up the middle. That is not going to work, bro. Like, and what frustrates me is last year we went into Seattle. There was a statistic. Chuba Hubbard and Rasheed Blackshear had 22 carries for 150 yards and 154 yards and a touchdown. Last year,
Chuba Hubbard had 1 carry.
Last year against Seattle. Last year.
No, I'm talking about
Chuba Hubbard and Blackshear on Sunday, I think one or two carries for 4 yards. That is embarrassing. You know,
Yeah, I don't even think it doesn't say Blackshear didn't even have one carry.
because Blackshear was a healthy scratch. He was an
Oh, they don't play him.
inactive. And it
Oh, that's crazy.
frustrates me because this team had an identity last year. They don't have the same identity with Frank Reich. Um, and the defense is eventually going to just run out. Now, I am not guaranteeing anything. In fact, I would highly question if we would win this week against Minnesota. But Minnesota's defense is not good at all. And our offense slowly started.
Minnesota's 0-3 too.
Minnesota's 0-3 too. Our offense slowly started to get going against Seattle.
But that was because Seattle couldn't cover anybody, bro.
Seattle can't cover.
Adam Thielen was.
Neither can Minnesota. Minnesota can't guard anybody.
Minnesota
They gave up 400 plus yards to Justin Herbert. That's embarrassing.
Adam Thielen had like 145 yards.
Adam Thielen finally got going. There was a joke one of my friends was making in the group chat. He was like, "Now Thielen decides to show up when a real QB's playing." I think you understand that reference,
bro. He's playing against his former team.
Yeah, and so Thielen this week against Minnesota. Andy Dalton's probably going to look to him very early and often.
So is Bryce Young out?
I think Bryce Young is going to be out. Bryce Young is probably going to be out. And DJ Chark, they finally got DJ Chark going, bro.
I did see DJ Chark.
DJ Chark finally got going last week. He had 3 ridiculous catches. Mingo's going to be out this week, I think, with a concussion. But this is a big game this week against Minnesota for both teams, no matter. Both 0-3. I'm going to have to take my team. I will not, ever pick against my team, but I'm going to have to take them. At home, too, but Minnesota's offense, I think Jefferson will still have a field day. Jefferson should still have his usual 100-plus receiving yards, and Kirk should cook as well, especially with no C.J. Henderson, no J.C. Horn. Dante Jackson and Troy Hill are somehow doing something back there. It should be a very high-scoring game, but I'm still going to take my team to win it.
Dude, I don't even know who to pick, bro. Yeah. I have no idea. I think Minnesota is so overrated. I don't think Minnesota is good at all. Did they not sign Cam Akers, or am I tripping?
No, they traded for Cam Akers, but he didn't.
Why is he not playing? He didn't play.
He didn't play because he just got traded last.
So he didn't do his physical and shit.
Doesn't know the playbook, so he'll probably play this week. But Madison, man,
Madison is buns, bro.
He's not that good, bro.
He's ass. He's a backup. He's literally a backup. I don't know why they gave him 20 carries for 93 yards.
Yeah, and the Chargers defense is terrible in pass coverage. And they just kept trying to run it with Madison.
Run the ball. Justin Jefferson was averaging 22 yards a fucking throw. He had seven receptions for 149 yards. That's what Justin Jefferson had, bro.
Speaking of which, I want to talk about this Vikings-Chargers game.
I'm taking the Vikings.
Against the Panthers?
Yeah.
Yeah. This Vikings-Chargers game was probably one of the most infuriating games of if I was a Vikings fan, I would be infuriated how we lost. Brandon Staley tried to hand you the win. Did you see the play? They went for it on 4th and 1 from their own 20.
Yeah, I did see that shit. Brandon Staley
from their own 20-yard line.
He thinks he's Dan Campbell.
He thinks he's even still. I don't care. You can say whatever what that reference was. 4th and 1 in the 4th quarter with 3 minutes to go, up 4 at your own 20.
That's wild.
I don't care what the analytics says. Punt the ball. Make them go the distance rather than 20 yards if you don't get it.
Brandon Staley's his job got saved.
He got his ass bailed out because Kirk Cousins made a bad read and threw the ball behind TJ Hawkinson. If that doesn't happen, Brandon Staley is fired today, and we're talking about it. I'm being dead ass.
Brandon Staley literally got saved by the Vikings. I'm not gonna lie, because
he got saved by Kirk Cousins. And this.
And then Keenan Allen, bro.
Yeah, 18 for 215.
Spoiler: he's my fucking player of the week.
Yeah, I think him and Herbert are like co-players of the week. It's kind of obvious. Like
Mike Williams tore his fucking ACL.
Mike Williams tore his ACL, which means more Quentin
Prayers up.
Johnson, Joshua Palmer in the next few weeks.
Mike Williams is on. He's on 3 of my teams.
Yeah, Mike
And he fucking
Williams,
tore his ACL.
very
Prayers up
unfortunate,
though.
man. Very unfortunate.
Prayers up. Is Eckler out?
Eckler should be back this week. Eckler
They
should
didn't run the ball at all, bro. They knew the Vikings could not
they
cover
didn't
shit.
try to run the ball.
They knew the Vikings could not cover anybody, bro.
The Vikings
The
can't
Vikings,
the Vikings can't stop the run and they can't stop the pass anyways.
see, Thielen might have a revenge game, which is why I'm like trying to second guess my pick, but like I don't know, bro. Andy
Dude,
Dalton,
just take the Vikings and go, bro. The Panthers are not good at all, okay? We are a terrible team. The Bears
I
are
will take
two
the
top
Vikings.
5 picks. That's how bad it's gonna be.
I will take the Vikings. Yeah, Chargers, bro. They're like equally as bad.
Staley saved his job, bro.
Yeah, they're not gonna go too far.
Yeah. They
The
have the
Seahawks and
Raiders
the
next
Giants.
week.
You picked the Seahawks.
I took the Seahawks, yeah.
I'm gonna take the Seahawks, and then the Chargers are gonna play
The Raiders.
the Raiders.
Did you take the Raiders or the Steelers this weekend?
I took the Steelers.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't pick against my boy Kenny Pickett.
I took the Steelers. I will pick. I won't pick against him if he's playing the Raiders because the Raiders are ass.
Yeah.
And honestly, like if it was not for Devontae Adams, this team would be like the worst team in the NFL.
Speaking of Devontae Adams, Jimmy Garoppolo might just throw it another 15 times to Devontae Adams this game against the Chargers.
Bro,
this is going to be another.
He can't throw 3 picks though.
He can't throw 3 picks. But again, this is not the Steelers defense. This is the Chargers defense, which allowed Kirk Cousins to throw for 350 yards and Justin Jefferson to have another 150 yards. So expect Devontae Adams to have 150.
This is a divisional game.
Yeah, divisional game. But this should be I think the Chargers will still win. The Chargers will still win.
Isn't one of these games? I'm pretty sure these games are like some of these games are in like London.
No, not this one. The Falcons.
Not this one.
Jaguars
the Falcons
game
one is in London.
Falcons Jaguars is in London, not Raiders Chargers.
There's 3 London games.
Not this week. Only one this week.
Only one this week. Okay, cool.
I'm looking at the over under 47.5. I would hammer the over, bro. Like I would dead ass just blindly take the over on this game
on this game, yeah, I would say so.
Just
too.
how bad the Chargers defense is and how bad Raiders defense is for that
Mike
matter.
Williams. So
yeah, maybe they're accounting into that, but I'm gonna take the Chargers this week against
Austin Eckler is. I don't think he's gonna play.
They said he was going to.
Wait, let me look at it. I don't want to just say shit, but I do have him on one of my teams, and they said he was doubtful. Who do you have though?
Oh, I'd said the Chargers over the Raiders.
You have the Chargers. I low-key want to take the Raiders, but like,
I don't think the Raiders are that good, man. They're just not.
No, they're not. They're not. Just because they have injuries, like,
yeah.
Apparently, he's day to day.
I think he'll play. He should play.
Yeah, I think he'll play too. I'll take the Chargers. I'll take the Chargers at home, even though they're like home advantage isn't like anything, but I'll still take them.
And then the Raiders played the Steelers. And
Raiders. What the fuck happened to Josh Jacobs?
I don't know, man. I have no idea. I do want to talk about Josh McDaniels. Speaking of bad coaching, if there's a dude that gets if there's coaches that are going to get fired, it's going to be Josh McDaniels and Brandon Staley. This is the battle of who's going to save their job
after one season.
He was their coach last year, wasn't he? Yeah, he was.
Yeah, like after one season.
Two.
Well, this is his second season, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I was saying like he had one full season. Like the season just started right now. So
yeah, I'm saying if he doesn't have a good year this year, he's gonna get fired because that
even 2 seasons
decision,
is still like
because he handed the Steelers that game, bro. Like
no, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
4th and 4, you're inside the red zone. You're down 8 anyways. You need a touchdown anyways. Why are you kicking a field goal? Like I get it, Matt Canada is a terrible offensive coordinator. But it's just 10 yards that they have to pick up. Like 10 yards is not that, it can be achieved very easily. Najee Harris is no slouch. Kenny Pickett can throw. So that was a terrible decision by Josh McDaniels. And so, yeah, him and Brandon Staley are going to be fighting for their jobs. in my opinion. Pittsburgh, they handled their business. Their defense looked very dominant. Pickett looked very good. Pickens got rolling. Najee Harris had a solid game. It's what I expect out of Najee Harris. And Pittsburgh.
What do you mean he had a solid game?
Yeah,
Yeah, 20 carries for 65.
That's a solid game for Najee Harris. For Najee Harris, that's a solid game. He was getting Matt Canada's scheme, bro, is terrible. Have you seen their designed runs?
Yeah, their design is not good.
Their
But I
designs
also
are
think
terrible. For him to get 65 yards out of those designs is fine with me. Now, Pittsburgh plays Houston this week. Houston pulled off the big upset
Houston
against
looks good, bro.
Jacksonville, which was I did
D'Amico
not see that
Ryans
from
has them
anywhere.
playing.
Speaking of which, did you know the Colts are leading the AFC South?
Yes, because I did. I wanted to talk about this. I think the Jaguars have been the most disappointing team in the NFL.
I don't get it, man. The Jaguars are
They've had an easy schedule.
yeah, I don't
Okay,
know.
okay. Apart from the Chiefs,
We'll
the
talk
Chiefs.
about them. In fact, let's just talk about them right now.
Yeah, because you have to talk about the
Yeah, we're
Colts.
gonna talk about Houston anyways. Houston looked good, bro.
Houston, I'm telling you, D'Amico hasn't playing, bro.
And Nico Collins hasn't even Nico Collins has looked good. He didn't even have that good of a game.
Bro, it's between Nico Collins and Tank Dell.
Tank Dell,
One of
those
those
are
two
the
is
two
due
guys.
for a big game.
Yeah, those are the two guys you got to be scared about, and they are very solid, both of them. And we haven't even talked about John Mechie yet. Just wait till he comes back. You got a speedster to add to that too. CJ Stroud has all the weapons set up for him in Houston. Do not be surprised if like next year the Texans are ready to contend and get into the playoffs. Don't be surprised.
CJ Stroud looks good, bro.
He looks good. He looks very solid, and I am looking very bad as a Panthers fan right now.
I was about to say
because Bryce Young has not. Well, it's not Bryce Young's fault. Obviously, he doesn't have any time, and the receivers kind of suck. But
yeah, but Andy Dalton just unlocked both Adam Thielen. Okay, I get DJ Shark was injured.
Yeah,
but Adam Thielen went crazy with Andy Dalton.
Thielen had 7 for 54 and a touchdown against New Orleans. Nothing.
Yeah, but he fucking exploded.
And obviously, I don't think the coaching staff is ready to unlock the playbook for Bryce, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, CJ Stroud looks very good. And Houston as a team looked very good. That one fullback touchdown was probably one of the most craziest things I've ever seen in my entire life. A fullback running back a touchdown. Crazy. And Jacksonville I don't know, man. Calvin Ridley had some bad drops. Trevor Lawrence, just a bad game, man. Like, I had the Jaguars finishing second in the AFC. That is wild. Jaguars play Atlanta, but Pittsburgh, Houston, I'm going to take Pittsburgh.
The Jaguars defense is
the Jaguars defense is iffy. I'm going to take Pittsburgh to beat Houston, though, on the road. Even though Houston is very solid, I'm still going to take Pittsburgh's defense. TJ Watt, he's a bad man. He is a bad man. He is a game wrecker. He wrecked that game on Sunday night so quickly on multiple occasions. I think they'll try to put pressure on Stroud. Don't let him be comfortable. And I think Pittsburgh will win this game. And then the other game, Jacksonville plays Atlanta.
This is the London game.
Yeah, this is the London game. We'll get to that in a minute. Who do you have between Pittsburgh and Houston?
I'm gonna take Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh. Are they at home?
No, Houston's at home.
Oh, Houston. I'm still gonna take Pittsburgh. Houston had a really good week. I'm not gonna lie, I do want to pick Houston like low key.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Steelers defense is extremely good. I think they'll shut down the offense that the Texans have. So solely because of that, I'm gonna take the Steelers. And Jaguars, Falcons. Falcons put up an absolute
dud.
Stinker.
Falcons looked mid. They looked so bad on Sunday. Kyle Pitts needs to request a trade, bro. Like, I'm dead ass serious. Like, when Jonnu Smith is getting more targets than you, it is time to leave. It is time. Arthur Smith does not know how to handle talent. Just doesn't know how to handle it. And Desmond Ritter's terrible.
Kyle Pitts actually had the most yards on the team, but he only had 5 receptions.
Who?
Kyle Pitts. He had the most receiving yards on their team.
Oh, garbage yards.
Yeah. So no, I watched the game. I know.
Yeah, garbage yards. They look bad, and
Their O line is terrible, bro.
their O line is.
Dude, they made our pass rush look like
I
fucking.
saw Hutchinson and
We had our team at 7 sacks.
yeah, I saw it. I was watching.
Our team had 7 sacks or something, bro. They made our pass rush look so good. Our pass rush is okay, but bro, they made our pass rush look amazing, bro. Hutchinson was all over the place.
Jacksonville struggles to rush the passer, but I think this week against Atlanta, I think they'll get to the passer. I'm going to take Jacksonville over Atlanta. And I think
Why does it feel like Jacksonville is always playing in London?
they always do. They always have a game in London.
I was about to say, aren't they playing the second game in London too?
They have another game next week in London too.
Against the Bills.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna take Jacksonville to beat Atlanta this week. I think they should do that comfortably.
Yeah, I'm taking Jacksonville too. Bijan didn't look that great. I don't know. I think the Jacksonville defense isn't that great, but they'll put up points against this Falcons team. And as far as our performance, we looked good, man. We looked good. Our defense, I was very happy because I called out Aaron Glenn last week and he stepped up. I get it. It was the Falcons, but the Falcons offense had looked pretty good over these past couple of weeks. So we did a good job, bro. Brian Branch right now is Defensive Rookie of the Year. 10, bro. He's the first player in NFL history. You can try to think of anyone. Like I did this myself. I was like trying to think, and like there was nobody who.
Will Anderson did block a field goal this week.
Dude, he had like 3 tackles.
Yeah.
Brian Branch, let me read it right now. First defensive back in the NFL history to produce 10 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and 2 pass breakups. Bro, he was everywhere, and he is the steal of the draft, like everything. Like he fell to the fucking second round, and then Sam Laporta, both of them.
Sam Laporta's a stud, bro. I started him in fantasy this week.
Sam Laporta's a stud. Sam Laporta's a demon.
He's playing like the best tight end in this class right now.
He is.
He's and he can block. He has hands like
his receiving ability is off the charts.
His receiving ability is off the charts, and he can block. Hawkinson never blocked.
Yeah.
And we didn't have to pay Hawkinson that fucking bag, bro. That was a W trade by Brad Holmes.
Yeah. And Laporta's a beast, bro. Our
draft so far has looked really good because even Jack Campbell had a sack. Jack Campbell had a sack. Jahmyr Gibbs looks good. Laporta looks good. Branch looks good. Like our top 4 picks all look like studs.
Yeah.
And then
I was upset though by the offensive scheming this week because Jahmyr Gibbs he had 1 catch, bro. Outside of that, the ball was either going to Josh Reynolds, Amon-Ra.
No, Josh Reynolds didn't play.
Not him. Raymond.
Khalif Raymond.
It was either going to Raymond, St. Brown, or Laporta. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, those guys were going crazy. But honestly, like all of those guys, like they all average like over 10 yards per reception. Like Amon-Ra was at 11.3. Khalif Raymond's a speedster. He was at 13.8, and then Laporta was at 10.5. The only mistake that this team did in this offseason, because I think their offseason was flawless, apart from the fact that they thought Marvin Jones could be like a fucking they thought he could be like some Jameson Williams like cover for 6 games, but like he's been ass. Like he was a DNP. So apart from that,
you remember how much we were yelling at the computer.
Oh yeah, bro, I was going nuts. Yeah. Everybody looked good. Like the defense was crazy. Anzalone, like he's such a stud. And then Charles Harris sack, Aiden Hutchinson 2 sacks and the fucking forced fumble. Derek Barnes, Jack Campbell, Ali McNeil, Benito Jones, Brian Branch had 11 tackles leading the team. Like I said, bro, the defense deserves a huge amount of credit. And now we play the Packers on Thursday night in Lambeau. Remember the last time we went into Lambeau, what happened?
All right, buddy. Just zip it.
No, I'm taking the Lions though. I think we'll get Josh Reynolds. Some of these guys will come back. A couple of them, not too many, because I think Monty will still be out. But and then obviously CJ and James Houston are IR, but I think Josh Reynolds will come back. One of our O linemen should come back. We were missing 2 starting O linemen this game. I'm expecting Taylor Decker, one of them to come back. I think Vata is going to be out, but I'm taking the Lions. The Packers, they looked good against a Derek Carless Saints team.
No. They did not look good. They were terrible
No. In the fourth quarter,
in the
they
fourth
looked good.
quarter.
That's
They
what I'm
looked
saying.
great.
When Derek Carr went out, the fucking switch flipped because they went on a crazy run. The
Yeah,
Saints should have won that game.
the first 3 quarters, Green Bay looked so bad. I was so upset. Like I had Green Bay on
Oh, also AJ Dillon is a bum, bro.
the scheming is when he's the only running back, scheme doesn't work like that. But yeah, I was watching this game because I had money on Green Bay, and they were just not playing well at all. And then Jordan Love started cooking. When you let Jordan Love cook, and Matt LaFleur, bro, excellent play calling, an excellent decision to go for 2 after the first touchdown, because analytically that's what you're supposed to do, and they got it, and they didn't even have to go to overtime because the second touchdown won them the game. And that's obviously because he thought, they were playing so bad, in the first 3 quarters that they didn't deserve to win the game, and they didn't. But they pulled it out because New Orleans looked terrible. Now, Derek Carr has a shoulder stinger, but I want to talk about Green Bay for a second. They won this game with no Aaron Jones or Christian Watson, and just guess who is coming back for Thursday for this game? Just guess who's coming back. Aaron Jones is going to be back. Christian Watson should make his debut. So give me the Packers to pull off the upset. Home underdog, for that matter, too. Jordan Love's going to shine. Give me the Packers. It should be a really good game, but I'm going to take Green Bay to win at home.
They can bring back Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams in his prime, and they still won't win this game.
All right. You can talk right now.
The Saints had this shit in the bag, bro. What the Saints need to do, the first thing the Saints need to do tomorrow is go fucking fire their kicker and get a new kicker, bro. Who the fuck is Blake Group? I've never heard of this dude in my life. He missed the 46-yarder, bro.
Yeah, to win the game.
Bro, that's like for a 46-yarder is not like extremely long whatsoever. Like it's a very doable field goal. Like it's not anything crazy. And this dude, like, he wasn't even close. I don't even think he was close. That's the first thing to do. Fucking sign a new kicker. Derek Carr avoided a big injury. That's what I heard, but he has a stinger.
It's a stinger. I don't know if he'll play this week.
I don't know if he's gonna play this week. But yeah, Derek Carr. Derek Carr. Olave looked good as he always. Olave's a stud. Like I've been on.
Olave's good. Olave's good. The Saints have a divisional game against Tampa Bay. That should be a solid game. I'm gonna take New Orleans is at home, so I'm gonna take New Orleans.
I'm taking New Orleans. I'm taking Detroit. I think we're gonna beat the Packers.
You think you're gonna beat the Packers? All right.
But I mean, we beat them last time too.
Should be a good game. We
beat them twice last season.
You were playing with house money last time. Now this game matters. This game matters now. Okay.
It matters, bro. Like I think both the Lions and the Packers. The Lions and the Packers are both 2-1. And then both the Bears and the Vikings are 0-3. So yeah, like these two teams have been the best in the division so far. I actually think the Packers, like I've been pretty impressed with the Packers. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't really like them, but like they've been good. Like their defense has been good. I've been impressed with their defense.
Yeah, defense has been good. So I'm gonna take Green Bay.
But I just don't think the defense stands a chance. They haven't played a real offense yet. They haven't. The Bears, the fucking Falcons, and the Saints.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
The Lions are a top 5 offensive team in the NFL. Like,
I think Jair Alexander will have a really good day.
Amon-Ra's gonna cook that boy.
Jair doesn't play in the slot, by the way. So Amon-Ra's gonna have somebody else on.
Oh, then Amon-Ra will cook him too. Jair's probably gonna be guarding fucking I think Josh Reynolds if he comes back, or Khalif. Or Jahmyr Gibbs, they might line him up, but I don't know. No, they'll put Jahmyr Gibbs will be our running back. I don't know who they're gonna play. But I'm still taking the Lions, and then I'm taking the Saints against the Bucks. I think the Bucks looked good. Like not last week. Not last week. They looked good in the first 2 weeks, but last week they were just
they looked bad on Monday. They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't pass the ball.
Rashad
Baker
White was
Mayfield had
terrible.
less than 100 yards, I think, for a while. Yeah, Tampa's not that good. They had 2 fluke wins against 2 0-3 teams. So I'm gonna take New Orleans. And then the Eagles play Washington this week.
Washington got fucking smoked.
Washington got absolutely cooked by Buffalo. In Philadelphia, they played really well against Tampa. The pass game was getting going, and DeAndre Swift got going. Who I know you're hiding your anger behind your heart right now that you wish you had DeAndre Swift on your team.
I would only be doing that if we didn't have Jahmyr Gibbs. Like now that we have Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm fine. But like, yeah, that was. I still wish he was on the line. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, DeAndre
But,
Swift looks good.
Sam Howell like had a fucking like terrible game. Like that
Yeah.
was his worst game of his career. Like 4 interceptions. Fucking and then they got killed. Josh Allen ran the ball all over them with his 46 rushing yards. James Cook looked good. Stephon Diggs killed them. Gabe with a 35-yard touchdown. Yeah, the Bills look good. The Commanders they just didn't look that. Their offense was
So
terrible.
who are you taking Eagles Commanders then?
Oh, Eagles. But the Commanders always beat the Eagles. So
this is my upset of the week. I'm taking the Commanders to shock the Eagles in Philadelphia.
At home?
Look, man, it seems like a trap game for Philadelphia. It just does, okay? They're coming off a big Monday night win. The Commanders just got absolutely smoked at home. It just feels like Washington is going to come in and realize the urgency at matter. Divisional game, they just came off a bad loss. And I think they will run the ball effectively. And I think the pass game will get going against the Eagles secondary. So give me the Commanders to shock the Eagles on the road.
That's surprising. I'm taking the Eagles, especially at home. I just don't think like they haven't been playing that well and they're still 3-0. Like that's just a sign of like an elite team. Like they're just, bro, they're rolling, bro. Like they'll win this game, I think. They played the Bucks. We talked about that. We talked about the Commanders. The Bills play Miami. This is gonna be the game of the week. They're at home. I wish Hudson was here, but they're at
and
home.
you know what's surprising? The Dolphins put up 70. I know Hudson's not here to talk about them.
70 points, dog.
They put up 70 on freaking Denver.
Denver is
and yet Buffalo is still favored by 2.5.
I'm taking Buffalo.
I'm also going to take Buffalo. I think Buffalo's defense will play a part in keeping tact of Tua and Tyreek Hill. And I think the run game for Buffalo will really have a big day. James Cook, Latavius Murray, and Josh Allen. Those 3, if they are effective on the ground, they will win this game. So give me Buffalo. Yeah.
I'm taking Buffalo too. Denver is just like ass. Like they're just like their coaching is terrible. Their fucking personnel is terrible. Like they put up 70 points without Waddle.
Hold on. When Chosen Anderson scores on you, it's over. It is
without Jalen Waddle, they got 70
he
points.
He fucking cooked Surtain on a freaking go route.
Yeah.
I abused him. Like
I'm not expecting A-Chain to have 200 yards against the Bills.
I don't think A-Chain will have a big day, obviously. And people are running to pick him up on waivers, but like he's not going to do that well against it all.
I drafted him. I'm not going to lie. I have him on. I just didn't play him, but I have I'm taking the Bills, bro. I'm they're at home too. I just think the Dolphins have played really well. I'm not going to lie, they have. I just think the Bills are just different. They're not any of the teams that they went against. Like the Chargers, terrible defense. The Patriots, good defense, but they were missing their best corner. And then the Broncos, evidently fucking terrible defense. So the Bills won't have a terrible defense. I don't think they're going to be able to exploit their players as much or their scheme. Because I think Sean Payton, I think he's past it now. I don't even know why he got hired by the Broncos. Like he was good with the Saints, but like, he's not the same. Like his philosophy is like back in the day. Like he's not adjusting
Yeah.
to like the new schemes and shit. So like I'm taking the Bills. I'm taking the Bills 100%.
Then I think we're in agreement then.
Broncos versus Bears.
Toilet bowl of the week.
I'm not watching a fucking single snap of this game.
Unless I see it on Red Zone, I'm not.
Unless I see it on Red Zone. Unless I see it on Red Zone.
Unless I see it on Red Zone, I'm not watching it.
You know what's crazy?
What?
I'm taking the Bears.
At home too.
I'm taking the Bears.
Look, for me, there's no way. After what happened last week, Denver has to win this game. For their own pride and dignity, they have to win this game. Like, if they come out and take another L, if they take an L to this Justin Fields-led offense, bro, just wrap it up. Like, just go to the CFL. Like, that's where you belong. So, I think I'm forced to take the Broncos here. Like, even though I don't want to pick either. Can I call a tie? I would love to call a tie here.
I believe are the Broncos favored?
They are by 3.5. I'm gonna take them because I'm forced to. Like I just think they just cannot lose. They cannot lose this game.
Two fucking bags of shit playing each other. Like I'm taking the Bears.
At least the Vikings and Panthers are like they have good rosters, but they've lost because they've had bad defenses and or injuries and just hurt them. The Bears and Broncos are just terrible.
They're just like I think these two are the worst teams in the NFL right now.
These are the two worst teams in the NFL for sure.
Like hands down. Like the Broncos are shitty. Like I'm taking the Bears. The Bears are shitty as well, but it's like at home, they have to win a game. Like it's just Justin Fields. And I don't know how on first take they were saying he's gonna have an MVP season. Like that was just boneheaded. He's just not ready, bro. He's just not. He just takes too much time to process things in the pocket. He's not quick enough. Like his reads are not quick enough. The defense gets to him. Bro, when you have a shitty O-line, you cannot afford to do that. You cannot afford to take your sweet time in the pocket when your O-line is garbage. Not the play calling does not help him like one bit. Like Matt Eberflus is like terrible. And he doesn't have like personnel. Like DJ Moore, apart from him, like the offense is like a dumpster fire. But Justin Fields has to take some blame. He can run as much as he wants to, but teams know that his first option is to fucking run because he doesn't have enough time in the pocket to process what he wants to. He's not ready. What Matt Eberflus needs to do, what the Bears need to do is cater their whole season around building Justin Fields' confidence. Because it's a lost season. They're 0-3, like they're not contending for shit. Instead of trying to win games, which you should still try to win games, bro, just build his confidence, bro.
Yeah.
Like, don't leave him fucking exposed where the O-line is just gonna get run over and he's gonna get sacked every time. Like the O-line is the worst in the NFL. The defense is terrible, like, and yeah, like they're just ass. But I think they're gonna win because they're at home. I think Justin Fields will have a good game, bounce back game. I despise the Broncos. I don't really think I don't have any hope for anybody on the Broncos. I think Russell Wilson is washed. I think that whole team is just ass. Like apart from Surtain, that whole team is just cooked. So I'm going to take the Bears.
That's fair. And then the Bears played Kansas City, who has become America's sweetheart because
what the fuck? That was the story of the game. Taylor Swift was at this game.
All I could hear this week was, "Oh my God, Taylor!" And all of course,
NFL posted like 10 times, like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
ESPN said, "I'm tired of posting you, Colorado. It's time to post Taylor Swift now."
Taylor Swift, yeah.
But the Chiefs handled business. Travis Kelce and Mahomes did their thing.
They played the Jets Sunday night.
The Jets this week, which oh my God, this is gonna be another snooze fest. Well, it's not going to be a snooze fest.
The Jets signed Trevor Siemian.
Siemian, yeah, which is okay. Like, what is that going to do?
That's not even the QB. That's like I didn't think they were going to sign him, bro. I thought they were going to sign somebody better.
No, I did too. But I think the Chiefs should just rough that on Sunday night. This should not be a close game.
Yeah, this is not. This is not
This is
the
not.
Chiefs.
This will not be a close game. Give me the Chiefs on the road on Sunday night. Dude, you want to bet this though? I'll bet you TV ratings are going to be an all-time high for Sunday Night Football this weekend.
Because Travis Kelce.
Yeah, just because of Travis Kelce.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I think so.
You know, I've been seeing. I just went on Twitter and just searched up Kelsey's name on the search bar, and I just see all these Swifties just posting about Kelsey, talking about him. And there was this one tweet I saw about. Do you remember the fight that Travis Kelce had during training camp where he punched a guy?
His own teammate.
Yeah, his own teammate.
Yeah, I remember that.
One of the Swifties was like, trigger warning, assault. I don't want this guy near Taylor when he's throwing hands like this.
Oh,
I started laughing immediately when I saw that. Oh my goodness. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
That's hilarious. But
yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Chiefs should handle business against the
Jets play the Patriots.
Another snooze fest that I did not pay attention.
Patriots and Cowboys.
Yeah.
I'm taking Dallas. I think they'll bounce back.
Yeah, I can't take New England here. Dallas at home, bounce back situation.
I'm taking.
How much is Dallas favored by? I got to see this. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a low number. Dallas -7. I would take New England +7.
I think they'll cover the spread.
I think they'll cover the spread, but I'm still gonna take Dallas to win.
I'm taking Dallas, yeah.
Dallas.
And then the three other games you haven't covered are the 2 AFC North games: Bengals, Titans. Bengals beat the Rams.
Yeah.
Honestly, like this wasn't that great of a game. Jamar Chase
finally got going. Finally got going, bro.
I had him on my team, bro. Like, he finally did something. I had him on like 2 teams, and he did his thing. They're playing the Titans. I think they're gonna beat the Titans. I think the Titans are dog shit.
I think the Bengals will annihilate the Titans. I think this is the week that Burrow.
The Titans O line is terrible. Terrible.
Hendrickson is gonna have a day, bro.
Derrick Henry cannot run the ball without O line, bro.
Yeah. Every time he
touches the ball, there's 3 defenders on him.
The Bengals defense looked very good this week on Monday night. If you watched yesterday, they looked very good. Very good.
No, I did watch that game. They looked good. They looked good for sure.
I think they'll take care of business. And then the Rams play
Rams and Colts.
This is actually a good game. This is a good game. Sneaky good game because it's 2 teams who we really didn't have expectations for, but the Colts stunned the Ravens.
Oh my! That
was mess, speaking of the Ravens. Oh, I can't wait to get to this. Your boy Lamar looked so bad, bro.
Bro, that game was not his fault.
Really?
It wasn't.
Come on, bro. You can't say that with a straight face.
It wasn't, bro.
He was missing passes left and right, bro. Don't even tell me.
Bro, he still had over 100 rushing yards. He still had 200 passing yards. He had 2 touchdowns. Like, I don't know what else you want him to do.
He takes too much time in the pocket. He's just like just the field, bro, because he's thinking of running all the goddamn time. And that's
but the thing is,
that's what the Colts did. They just contained him.
He has
took care of his receivers.
He has the offensive line to take his time. He can take his time if he wants.
He was done. They forced him to be a runner. They said, if you want to run, go ahead. We're just going to contain you, right?
And he ran. Their defense couldn't get a stop.
But in the fourth quarter and in overtime, when he needed to run, he couldn't do it because the Colts said no Moss. And that's why the Colts won this game. And Gardner Minshew looked okay, but Zach Moss really had a big game.
That's what I'm saying. They couldn't stop the fucking run. The Ravens defense.
This game is on the Ravens for losing, though. They're off. And I will say that the refs blew a terrible pass interference.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I think Harbaugh's overrated, bro.
I don't
see the hype. I don't see anything like crazy. Like I've watched this dude for years, bro. He's not.
I wouldn't say that he's overrated, but this was a bad game. This is a game you should have won. And
they play the Browns. They play the Browns, who fucking whooped the Titans. I mean, yeah, they whooped the Titans.
So here's the thing. I think the Colts are gonna win.
I have the Colts. I have the Colts
I
against
think
the
the
Rams.
Colts are gonna beat the Rams.
I have the Colts against the Rams,
And
and then
then
the Browns and Ravens.
I'm gonna take the Browns at home. I like what the Browns are doing. Their defense, other than the Steelers game, in which the Steelers had 2 defensive touchdowns, for that matter, they've only allowed 1 offensive touchdown this entire season. This entire season, I said that correctly. 1 offensive touchdown this entire season.
Damn, that's crazy.
Crazy. At home, too, I think I have to take the Browns. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah, this is tough. I'm not gonna lie, because I like both of these teams.
And
Browns looked good.
Watson
Huh?
finally got going.
Watson looked good, bro.
And Kareem Hunt, and Jerome Ford, they'll be a solid back. Obviously, the loss of Nick Chubb is going to hurt, but they should be a solid replacement for now.
I don't know. I think this is tough. Just because the Browns are at home, I'm gonna take the Browns, guys. I like the Ravens, but I think that O-line is just waiting to get pounced on by Myles Garrett. So
yeah,
I want to
see who's favored in this Colts Rams game though. Colts
I'm taking the
favored by
Colts.
1.5, probably because Anthony Richardson is going to be back.
Is he back?
He because he had the concussion. He'll be back this week. Now, I will say this too, though. Don't sleep on the Rams either. Their offense, when they get going, can be very potent at times.
Bro,
Speedster Tutu Atwell.
Puka Nacua is not a fluke.
Yeah, Puka is really good. And when you get him space, he can get going too. This is low-key one of the games I'm going to be low-key paying attention to because I actually like both these teams. Colts really impressed me last week. And the Rams have obviously impressed me through these first 3 weeks as well. So I'm going to be watching this game very closely. I'm going to still take Indianapolis. And then, like I mentioned, I'm taking the Bengals, and then I'm also taking the Bucs.
I'm pretty sure Jonathan Taylor is comes off his injury soon or something.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor should be back week 5.
Yeah, if he plays. I don't know if he's going to play.
And I think he might, though. If this team is, in a solid position, which hold on, who do they play week 5? Who do they play week 5? Week 5.
The Titans.
Dude, this team could low-key be 4-1 by week 6. They played Jacksonville week 6. They could be 4-1. I'm being so serious about this. That is, and if they are 4-1, they'll probably be first in the division at that point, which means they could easily be contending for a playoff spot. So we'll see. We'll see about that with Jonathan Taylor, but I think that's it for predictions this week, right?
Should be it for predictions. Yeah, I think we're good with predictions. We do have players of the week.
I think we'll start in the AFC because that's easy. AFC offensive. I think both of us have Keenan Allen.
Yeah. I have Myles Garrett for defensive.
I'm gonna take. Hold on, just a second. I had one player in mind that DeForest Buckner had a big game. I'm gonna give it to him.
DeForest Buckner, okay.
Let me just check the box score real quick. I'm not sure who on their defense had a big game. Let's see. Zaire Franklin had 15 tackles. Wild. Samson Ebukam, Kwity Paye had a sack. In fact, DeForest Buckner didn't do too much. I you know what? I'm just gonna give a team award. I'm gonna give a team award to this Colts defense. I feel like they earned this one. I feel like they did with their win against Baltimore.
No, I respect that for sure. NFC
Offensive Player of the Week.
Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Walker had a big game. I'd give it to him, or I would give it to I'd give it to either him, Jordan Love for that comeback, or AJ Brown. But I think I'll take Kenneth Walker. He had a big
I'm gonna say Kenneth Walker. Defensive Player of the Week, Brian Brancher. Aiden Hutchinson for me.
I'm trying to think on defense side of the ball. Who had a big game this week? Oh, what's his face from Green Bay? Quay Walker had a big game. Quay Walker was all over the place. So I'm gonna give him this award.
All right, and then cooked player of the week.
Can we just say an entire team? The Broncos.
Yeah,
defense.
the Broncos.
Patrick Surtain in particular.
I need to look at these stats. I need to look at their defensive stats because I don't know what they did.
Yards given up. I can't wait to see these PFF grades. PFF grades, Broncos defense.
Oh, terrible, dude.
Denver Broncos.
Yeah, Chosen Anderson did have a 68-yard touchdown.
Hold on. Oh, they're all locked, bro.
Yeah, they're all locked. I'm looking at it right now. I just know the run defense was terrible too.
I want to know. I want to
off.
know what they were rated for PFF week 3.
I'm looking at. Let me see. Let me see. Broncos week 3 defense.
Week 3 recap. Hold on, I got you. I got it right pulled
You
up.
got it? Okay.
No, it doesn't give the grades.
I have individual player PFF ratings.
That's what I want. That's what I want to hear. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm tripping.
Wait. Actually, I have it right here. Everything Denver Broncos. Hold on.
Okay.
Denver Broncos. Okay. Offensive grades. Defensive grades. Defensive grades. There we go. Okay. I've got it pulled up right here.
Yeah.
You want to hear Patrick Surtain first?
Go ahead.
Patrick Surtain. 50.5, actually.
50.5?
In coverage, 47.8. Kareem Jackson, 53.6 in coverage. Their worst defender was their linebacker, Alex Singleton. Randy Gregory, 26.2.
Randy Gregory got cooked, bro. I was watching that shit, and A-Chain was like juking his ass like that.
Killing. Dude, this defense got obliterated.
Yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah.
He did, like, if Hudson was here, like, he'd be talking so much shit to us about how Miami just poured it on. And they did. From the first snap on red zone, this was the first touchdown I saw, and I was like, wait a minute, this is about to be a blowout. Like, they just cooked them.
I mean, I said they were gonna win by 14, but they won by fucking 50. So
in terms of player of the week for this week, NFC offensive player of the week. Let me see. NFC offensive player of the week. I am going to go with give me DK Metcalf. The Giants can't stop the pass, in my opinion, so I'm gonna take DK.
I'm going CMC.
CMC, that's a fair one too. Yeah.
Against the Cardinals.
NFC defensive player of the week. I'm gonna go Micah Parsons. I think the Patriots offensive line won't be able to contain him, so I'm gonna take him.
I'm going Lattimore against Mike Evans.
Yeah, that should be a good one.
Lattimore owns him.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. AFC offensive player of the week. I am going to take Stephon Diggs.
I'm taking Jamar Chase. I'm taking Jamar Chase against the Titans.
That's a fair one. I'm going to take Diggs. And then AFC defense player of the week, I'm going with my stalwart, TJ Watt, to have a few sacks against Houston.
I was going to go with Trey Hendrickson, but I just took a player from that team, so I don't want to do that. So I'd go with a different team.
Trey Hendrickson would be an excellent choice.
It would be a really good pick if I didn't pick somebody from that team already. But honestly, I don't really know who else to pick.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'll just stick with Trey Hendrickson. Fuck it. Yeah, those are the only cooked player of the week.
Yeah, Cook Player of the Week. Somebody on the Titans. Somebody on the Titans.
Dante Jackson against Justin Jefferson.
Actually, who I don't know what corners are on Minnesota. Hold on, who are the corners?
Byron Murphy.
Byron Murphy should get nicely cooked in the slot by Thielen, but I'll take someone from Tennessee. I want to take someone from Tennessee. I think Tennessee.
Honestly, yeah, I just said Dante Jackson is a joke, but let me see.
Tennessee pass defense. I'm gonna take Sean Murphy Bunting or Christian Fulton. Either one of those two is gonna be Cook Player of the Week.
Oh, Jair.
You think Giant? Lord, man. Good Lord, man. All right. This should be a fun week, though. I like the slate this week.
No, not Jair. I'm gonna say Emmanuel Forbes. I hate him. I think AJ Brown's gonna cook him. So
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, that's a fun slate of games. See what happens. Make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below. And yeah, I'll see y'all later as always. Peace.